Good morning guys and welcome back to the PhD vlog. It is 3 weeks to go until I submit my thesis exactly tomorrow. So 3 weeks and 1 day today until I submit my thesis. This week is a bit of a hectic one. Basically by this weekend I want to have finished the writing and be at the proofreading stage. So my priority is to go through my second supervisor's feedback and look at all the changes that he's suggested. I'm meeting him tomorrow for a face-to-face chat, but I need to start going through that today and looking at his comments. Obviously he's seen all the chapters previously, so the feedback is not going to be major structural changes. Those have been done at an earlier draft stage. So yeah, going through all of that. I also have 4 additional books that I want to look at before I submit my thesis. One of them is just the original German volume of a book that I've been engaging with in translation. I just want to check if a section was abridged in the English translation. The other 3 books I need to read sections, but they're just sections. It's not huge parts, so just little bits. It's feasible, but it's going to be a crazy week. Okay, I've been at the library for about 3 hours now, and if I'm being honest, today I'm starting to kind of feel the panic setting in. And I'm, just starting to get worried that I'm going to miss something, which I'm sure is normal. And I mean, if I miss something, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, the anxiety's coming in. I also only have another 2 hours of working time today, and I'm starting to kind of feel a bit worried about how busy I am this week and the fact that I can't stay in the library till close most days if I want to. So at 4 o'clock today I'm heading to the Almeida Theatre to go and see Ivor Van Hoover, who directed the Antigone that I saw at the Barbican, which I vlogged in my March vlog. I'll link to that in the info bar below. And Deborah Warner, the director, and Rupert Gould, who is the artistic director of the Almeida Theatre. Those 3 are in conversation at the Almeida tonight on the topic of why Greek tragedy matters. So I definitely have to go and see that because it's relevant to my research interests, and what they say could influence my thesis or any future writings that I do about Greek tragedy, but it does mean that I have to stop working at 4 to get there. Okay, so it's now 9 p.m. I'm home from the Almeida. I'm really pleased that I went. There were not no kind of groundbreaking revelations made during the conversation, but it was just really nice to kind of hear these practitioners speak about their work and what's interesting to them about Greek tragedy, what they believe is relevant about Greek tragedy to the modern world, and to just make sure that I'm continually plugged into these conversations. I am a little bit stressed about my research at the moment. So today in the library I've been going through the notes from my second supervisor, and there's maybe a little bit more work than I first realized on first glance. I've finished going through all the notes and actioning all the changes for the introduction, and I've looked at the recommended changes for the first and second chapter. The second chapter recommended changes are very minor. However, the first chapter recommended changes, there's nothing major, but there are a couple of decent paragraphs to add in. And I haven't even looked at chapters 3, 4 and 5 yet. So I want to go through the thesis tonight, so I think I'm going to stay up quite late tonight and just kind of mark exactly what extensive changes are recommended, and make sure I have a good time plan for how long it's going to take me to action all of those changes. Hopefully, if I do that, I'll feel a little bit calmer. I think it's the combination of knowing that I have a fair bit of work still to do, and knowing that I've got quite a busy week this week, that is kind of combining to make me feel a little bit anxious about everything. Also, today I did another word count of my thesis, and I have only 1,000 words at the moment, wiggle room. So my thesis is literally at about 99,000 words right now. 1,000 is not a lot. I'm going to have to do some cuts, especially because I haven't put my acknowledgements into my thesis yet, which are about 400 words. So yeah, I'm going to have to be very careful with the additions that I make and make sure that I find bits to cut. But that balancing act is just part of it. No need to get too stressed, it's all going to be fine. Yeah, I just have to keep telling myself that. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye for now.